Every day a new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day a new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey.
All right. We're back. Hello. What's up, everybody? Back for another episode of the Smoking Tingz podcast right here at Smoking Tingz Dispensary and Smoke Shop, 1705 North Capitol Street, Washington, D.C., Northeast. Make sure to come check us out for all your adult goodies, cannabis, shrooms, juices, edibles, whatever you need. We got it here. So we're going to go ahead. We have a special guest today, a good friend of ours. But before we get to him, again, my name is Ebou Taal on social media. I'm Black, I'm African, I'm a Virgo as always. And to the left of me,
Big Jane.
Big Jane today.
Ew.
Jane Doe if you're nasty. Dr. Jane, all that.
All the above.
All right, and my man, we're going to skip.
Big Rob, 5826. Keep it knocking, but I ain't gonna let you in.
All right.
Post!
Last but not least, man, it's your boy Eddie B. You already know what it is.
Showtime.
Got 13.
There you go, Showtime with the Y. All right. And last but not least, our guest today on this Smoking Tingz podcast, our boy, Trell the Trainer.
Oh my God.
What's up, boy? You good? Hey, man, we appreciate you being here. Talking to the mic a little bit.
Appreciate y'all having me too, yo.
Yeah, no question, man. You've been out here doing big things. You know, you and I met how many years ago now?
I don't know, maybe like 4.
It was 2000,
My
like
memory's
18,
some shit,
17
so
or 18, yeah.
My memory's terrible.
Yeah, I think about 6 years. It's 6 years because it was about
6?
2017. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
It was a while.
Yeah, it was a minute ago. So for those that don't know, when I met you, you were, and you still are a personal trainer, more of a celebrity trainer now. You know, you've had a long journey from your childhood and getting, you know, into a little bit of trouble during your adolescence.
Yep.
And then flipping that into becoming a trainer and a big time social media presence. So I thought it would be cool to have you on here and, you know, talk about your journey and, you know, from then to now and things you got going on now. But definitely, I always, you know, me and you used to talk about it when we were working out.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this, and I didn't even know how old you were then. And you were like, I'm 25. I'm like, this little young motherfucker. Like, yeah. But yeah, so let's start, you know, where you from? You're from DC here, right?
Yeah, born and raised in DC, actually, like Howard University Hospital.
Okay.
And I say that with pride.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying they from here and it ain't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm from here.
From uptown?
Yes, sir.
All right. So grew up in the area. What high school did you go to?
Wilson.
Oh, you went to Wilson?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, so just take us through your journey to high school, through like how you got into the situations you got into, getting locked up, and then, you know.
Yeah, so I grew up like Adams Morgan area, but when I say that, I think the average person, they automatically assume like the bars and shit like that. And it's like, nah, me and my homies grew up in like these low income housing, like 4 or 5 buildings. And we used to do the same shit you might see in Southeast DC, you will see like right there.
Right.
And so, I don't know, I call it a typical black man story. My father was present, but he wasn't there, if that makes sense. And I just seen my mom just struggle. And I think at 15 years old, my dad, he wasn't really in the streets, but he was like halfway in, halfway out.
Right.
And I guess he did some shit to a guy. Dude came back and shot him like 8 times.
Wow.
And I was 15 years old when that happened. I just remember my mom, I'm in there, mind you, I'm in the 10th grade. I'm in the room playing a video game, probably like 2, 3 in the morning. And mom just busting the room. So now I'm just like nervous. I'm like, what's up? And she like, man, they took him. They got him. And I was like, it wasn't processing. She was like, your dad. I was like, damn. And
yeah, he was probably young back then too.
Yeah, at the time, right, my feeling, I don't know if I was like shocked or like sad or like I ain't know what to feel because like it's my dad, but he wasn't really in my life. But I did understand like, damn, this is my dad.
Right.
And so that happened. And I think for me, that was my excuse, I like to say to like do what I wanted
Get
to do.
into some
Like be with the homies. Like I'm like, shit, I gotta do this now.
Yeah.
And obviously, like I said, my mom struggled, and like I don't tell this often, but my mom is the one who even showed me how to sell drugs. She was like, if you gonna do it, I'm gonna teach you. So shout out to her. My mom a gangster.
Yeah,
Shout out to her.
That's some real shit right there.
But yeah, so after that, I was going in and out of prison from 15 all the way up until like 18. And then I think in 2010 is when I caught like my big case, which was a drug conspiracy. Me and 33 people from here to Atlanta, which was really bullshit. That's just what they labeled it as.
Right. But when they get you on that conspiracy, it's a wrap.
I like to tell people all the time that like in reality, I didn't get 6 years in prison for a crime that I committed. It was more so because I decided not to testify on my co-defendant. And because it was only us 2 out of 33 people that actually did time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, 33 people, man. The next court
And y'all
date,
were
it
probably
was
the
6 of
youngest.
us. The next court
Smaller
date,
and smaller.
next court date, it was 3 of us. So I was like, oh,
that means
shit.
for all that you not telling, everybody else was telling on y'all.
Yeah. And really it was him because I didn't know any of them.
Right.
So it was really them testifying on him. Like
Okay.
they probably was like, shit, who the fuck is this kid? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I think in prison is when I just started to just work out. And the reason I even started working out is my grandmother, when they busted my house, was there. She was like 80 years old. She died of a heart attack maybe 2 weeks after that shit.
Oh, wow.
And so that shit'll sit with you as a man. Like my mom and family, like, nah, it wasn't your fault. But you like, man, shit, if the peoples wouldn't have came how they came, she probably still have a year, 2, 3, whatever the case may be.
Right.
And so to not stress, I just started exercising. Then I remember I got shipped out to the Fed. So I started at DC jail. I did like 2 years over there just waiting to even get sentenced, go to court. Then I finally got sent out to the Feds. And I just remember a dude was like, damn, like, hey, man, you think I could work out with you? Mind you, I'm like 19 years old. It's a random dude. Like, you think I can work out with you? So I'm like, man, what he on? Like, yes.
What state were you in? What state were you in?
I got shipped out to North Carolina.
North Carolina, okay.
The button.
That's why I was at Petersburg for, I want to say 4 or 5 months. That was more like a holdover for me.
Right.
And then I got shipped to Rivers, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And that's like anybody from DC, that's like our state or like prison. Like, that's where all the DC dudes go, and like the Hispanics.
Okay.
And so yeah, I'm there. Dude, like, man, I want to work out with you. So I'm like, now is this dude like, is he serious? Is he
trying to line you
is he
up.
like this, like gay or something? Like I ain't know what to expect.
You gotta get from underneath the fire.
My man, Lord.
Like that.
You got a smoke detector.
We are at Smoking Tingz, so.
We need to talk about that. You know they serious about smoking. We smoking.
Y'all don't even know how to smoke. Y'all just can't smoke regular. Gotta sit on the alarm.
So what you used to hit your workout with that 2-3 times a day action?
Yeah, man. Like you ain't got shit else to do, man.
Baba Jean, work that bar.
We wake up at 5 a.m. workout, lunchtime workout, workout before you go to sleep.
Yeah, I heard about that type of stuff. Yeah.
And so before I knew it, man, I want to say like 2 years into my bed, like I literally had, I want to say maybe 20 or 30 dudes every day coming to work out with me.
Wow.
And mind you, as a 20-year-old kid now, I'm not processing this shit. But it was a dude, older dude, who was like in the same unit as me. We was like clicked like this. He was like, man, I don't know if you noticed or not. He said, but you got something special. And I was like, what you mean? He like, for you to be so young and to be able to control 20 grown-ass men in prison is insane. Yeah. It's like, that's insane. And I was like, damn, he right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so my time was coming up. I got released in 2016. And I just remember him telling me like, man, you should probably try the fitness thing, like personal training thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, where I came from, where I grew up at, I didn't know a trainer. Like that wasn't no cool shit to do. Like I couldn't point to one person and was like, hey, he's a trainer.
You didn't even have a blueprint
I never
to what
knew
to do.
what the hell that was. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this in 2016. So I got out. I found a bartending job. So I bartended for like, I want to say like 6 weeks. And I just felt like, I was like, man, this shit ain't it. Like I ain't do 6 years to come out here and be a bartender. Like I just did. I might as well go back to doing what the fuck I was doing. But, you know, I was just like, for me, like, I realized that my actions didn't only affect me, but my family was greatly affected. And so for me to put them back through that shit, it's a reflection of you as a man. And so I was like, I'm gonna just give this shit a try. Like, and I saved my paycheck and I spent, I wanna say, $2,000 on eBay with just fitness equipment. I had a box on my leg. I couldn't leave the house unless I was going to work. And I just remember there was a laundromat in my mom's apartment building. Mind you, when I say laundromat, it's small, it's not even, it's 1/3 of this where we at right now. And there's laundromats and pipes and all types of shit. But I'm like, shit, I gotta figure this shit out. So I'm in there training people in the basement with a box on my leg. Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
And then
it's really starting from the bottom. Go ahead.
Well, I think what happened was like my mom, she wasn't like too fond of my decision to quit the job to try to pursue fitness. And I just remember her telling me like, I don't know what you're gonna do, but if you ain't got no rent, you gonna have the fastest way to go. I said, I'm like, damn, I've been out here 3 months. I ain't even been out here 90 days. Like, this shit's crazy. And so I got a childhood friend. Like, I knew him since I was 5.
Black mothers for you.
I hit him up. I'm like, hey, like, man, shit, like, the training thing ain't really picking up. I ain't making no bread. I probably got like 2 weeks left. Like, man, I might need to come stay at your crib. And he's like, shit, bet. And so I went to his crib, and to my like advantage, his building had a gym in it, a full-size gym. And so I just remember going down there and was like, shit, if I did what I did in the basement, laundromat, I know I could triple my prices and start here. And so that's kind of where it started. Then this celebrity shit came. That's when I think I woke up to a DM. Mind you, I'm probably 2 years in, not even 2 years, but Shy Glizzy just DM was like, damn, like I fuck with what you got going on, like let's link.
Yeah.
I remember waking up, like I grew up on, you know what I'm saying? We the same age, but I grew up on that. Like he represented DC for the music. And so I was like, damn, this shit real. And he was like, man, yeah, like, and we linked up, I want to say like 2 days later, and I started training him. And then major shout out to him. He took me on tour. Yeah. That changed my life. I got paid. I met so many people. As soon as I got back.
That's when I couldn't get a hold of you anymore.
Yeah, as soon as I got
my
back.
sessions were over after that. Now,
what you working out is people that was on tour with you?
Or just so really him. But on that tour was Lil Key, Gunna, all of them. So they like, shit, we rocking with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And like I said, I'm a hustler. I just used the opportunity to spread my wings. And when I got back, another link, it was like, hey man, my homie, hold on. I forgot his first name, but he's like, yeah, my homie, trying to link. He wants you to train him. He just moved back from VA to like DC area. And so I remember getting on the phone. So I'm telling the dude like, shit, meet me at the gym at 10 a.m. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm at the gym at 10 a.m. Mind you, I like to be on time. Time is, at this point in my life is valuable.
Dylan, I was there.
And so I get there at like 9:55. I'm preparing my little workout, little shit for him, because you know you gotta do like a waiver. So I look up, it's like 10:17. So in my head, like, I'm like, damn, this man don't respect time. He can't respect me. I don't care who he is. Like, and so I remember putting my pad up, and I'm just about to leave. But as I like get up, the door open, and I look, and my head, I'm like, damn, this nigga look like Pusha T. Like shit throwing me off, right? And then, so he came in, he was like, hey, yeah, I'm looking for Trell. And I was like, oh, Trell. And he was like, man, push it. I was like, oh, shit. It's crazy. Like, yeah. And so, man, he showed so much, just like love, man. He put me on so much game. And I just learned just a lot from just being around them and how they move. So I applied that to just like my life.
I got a buddy of mine, right? He did some time. He did a nice stretch. And he was like a business workout with the wheel, the bar, the whole 9 yards. And his story is similar to yours. He actually came home and had no idea how to get it started like that. But he walked into a gym, like one of the high-end gyms. He walked in, right? And he asked about the job that they had. And they looked at him like, you know, are you certified? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So they asked him questions. He said, listen, he quoted a chubby dude walking past. He said, I can make him look like this. And when he pulled his shirt up, he knotted up knots everywhere. He said, I don't know what the hell y'all talking about, but I can make him look like this. Yeah, right. A lady who actually owned the gym, right? Because it was a huge gym and it's a big boy joint. But he said, she told him, I'm going to pay for you to get your license. She sent him to school, got everything done. And he's making like ridiculous amounts of money. He's I'm 51. He got to be my age now, and he's still in Blast, so you can't tell. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because he was just like you. He said, I didn't have no idea about knowing any personal trainers. Like, that's like saying, you know a good psychiatrist? How the fuck, we from the hood? The fuck we know a psychiatrist or a therapist?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you hear something like that, that's outside the norm, you know what I'm saying? And you got very lucky, you know what I mean? I mean, from just losing your pop, my pops is deceased too, to just, you know, the struggle with your mom, and even just with, as black males coming home knowing they kicking you straight out the door. They don't, no extra help, no food stamp, all that bullshit they tell you about from just me watching people. They come home in spots, they come home to some real life situations, and it's either sink or swim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so for you stepping out and your man giving you the leg up, and then you handling your business, you know, shit. Faith without works don't mean shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, I was always like impressed with your like just your focus. You know, after when me and you were working out, and I found out like how young you were, and like a little bit more of like your background with coming home from prison not that long ago. Like that was about a year after you came home that I linked up with you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like you were asking me about where to go party, and you didn't know nothing.
Shit.
And I was like, yeah, Rose Bar here, and and you knew a couple people too, but you weren't even going out then, because you were like, man, I'll be in the house, man. Yeah.
I went in 2010, and so like half of this shit wasn't nothing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I was just like, you know, coming home that fresh and being that young, and I know you had a lot of energy. There's women knocking down your door, you know, whatever, but you always were like so focused to me. I was like, man, this, like, I always knew you were gonna, like, whether it was just from training or whatever else you were doing, because I saw other things you were doing too. But I knew that whatever it was, that you were gonna be like big at it. So when I saw you started doing stuff with Shy Glizzy and then Pusha after that, I wasn't even like surprised. I was just like, yeah, there you go. Yeah, like it's happening.
For sure.
Yeah, and I saw you. Then you started putting like your brother on with the music and everything like that, which is also
he signed his deal like 6 months ago.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. Yeah, I mean, you're a big part of that. Tell him about your brother.
Older.
He's 20 years old kid. I remember my mom calling me like, can you please talk to your brother, because he had a football scholarship. The young and talented, and he's 6'2", like got a football scholarship. So she called me, she like, he just want to come home because like he don't like the school. So I'm on the phone, like, what's up? He like, man, I don't get no service. I ain't no black people out here. Nothing. So I'm like, man, look, man, just thug it out. Like, you good. Like, and I was like, but if you do decide to come on, what's your plan? Like, if you got a plan, who am I to stop your plan? If you got solid, but if you don't, you stand, like, straight up. He was like, I'm gonna do music. I was like, nah, you stand. Yeah, we did. That's it. You gonna stay.
You did the Dream Killer Joe instantly. No, that's not you.
The crazy part is, right, like a week later, my mom hid it from me, because I was trying to call him and shit. I'm like, I ain't talked to little bro about 3 days.
He was already back. He was at the carry out.
He was back at the crib, and mom's training sports. So I'm like, damn, like, what's up? And so I remember one night, it's 5 a.m. I get up to use the bathroom, and I looked, and it's a song from my little brother, right? So I'm like, man, it's like I hate the guy be the one to say this ain't it.
And you already know. Your homies been sending you.
And I'm a transparent, honest. Like, my homies know I'm holding your ass accountable. Like, I love you enough to keep it real with you. And so he sent the song, and I'm listening to it. So I'm like, oh shit, like, this shit something. Okay. And I just like, all right, this is what we gonna do. We gonna do it. And so Shawty just rocked out.
That's all right.
He signed. I don't know if y'all know Chubbs, Drake homie.
I heard,
So what, he rap or he just do it?
He like sing.
He like rap, sings.
It's like P&B rock, like melody, melodic.
He's hard shit.
Nah, he's hard. Like, he's.
Yeah, so they moved him out there about 6 months ago.
Where yo, LA?
Yo, LA.
That's what's up.
Yeah, YPC Naj, man. His name Naj. I think he changed it though to just Naj.
N-I-G-E, right?
N-I-G-E.
Yeah.
20 years old.
kid. I told him, man, you living the life that I wanted to live at that age.
Nah, but I mean, a big part of that was because you helped him out a lot. I remember when you guys were shooting that video for him down in Miami.
Oh yeah,
you had the Rolls Royces out there for him, and you spent that bag down there.
Bank.
I know you did. But yeah, I remember. You had him laced out with. You bought him the whole outfits and everything, like designer everything. I was like, oh, Trell ain't playing about his little brother. Like he's
that
like,
really was just like love. Like that's just like I don't even know how to explain that. Like I did that shit. Like I'll do that shit again if I got it. My little brother, anything so he don't have to experience the shit that I went through. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm good. Like
it didn't hurt that this shit was good. So look, it didn't hurt when you listened to it. You was like, you know what?
Right.
And he just kept getting better.
Yeah. You get behind people that's hard workers. You know what I mean? But family members or not. I can imagine that.
Yeah, so that's been a blessing as well.
He drop anything yet?
Yeah, he got a few joints out, but he ain't dropped like an album on it yet. And I think we was really just waiting for a deal to even consider an album.
For sure.
We ain't put ain't shit free. Like,
nah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, put out a single. Put out a single if you like that.
Right.
So,
And the music industry is way different now anyway. People don't even really have albums. They're just putting out singles.
I learned so much about that shit though, just from being around and going to these meetings. I'm like, this shit a ripoff. Like crazy. Like they might say, look, we'll give you $100,000. They want all that shit back.
Yeah.
All that shit back.
They might be saying we're gonna loan you $100,000.
Yeah, they want all that shit back. And they want to own everything you put, they want to own it.
Forever.
Yeah. So it's not even a loan.
It is. Nah, you're definitely right.
You loaning me to own my shit. Like that's crazy to me.
Have you been outside doing personal workouts, you do like videos and all that stuff for people or?
Oh, so now I'm gonna be honest, I transitioned away from the training thing.
Right.
And partially because I realized that actually training people isn't my passion. I did it for work. And so to work out, I work out every day. That's my passion. That's me living my life.
Gotcha.
But I think I used that platform from training to start really diving into what I really wanted to do. And that's like I do now, just creating videos, teaching young men to be solid young men. If that makes sense. So you might see a video that say 5 first date ideas, like how to treat a young lady nice on the first 5 dates or whatever, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Dropping big jewels on
That's what I'm talking
TikTok, man.
Yeah, nah, you
on there, from time to time I always run across your page, man. And, you got them going crazy in the comments, man. So, how's that been, the social media?
It's been treating me good. I ain't even gonna lie to you, but I always say this to like my homies, my family, and even people that I meet from social media. Like it's still weird for me. Like I said, think about your whole life in the streets, and then now, because in that lifestyle, it's like you always running from cameras, you always running from people. I fly under the radar. So then now I'll be on camera and people running up to you. I'll be like, man,
That's good. Look, he's doing that thing like a natural.
And so what happened? I remember one day, like I was out with the homies, and it was these 2 young ladies just looking. They was just like, I was like, fuck, I got some shit on my shirt. What? Like, and so I walked straight past them. I don't know what they look. I'm like, maybe I did something to somebody they know. So I don't know what's going on. So I go to the bar, get my drink. I come back, they still right there. So I'm like, what's up? Like, just said that to her. I'm like, what's up? Like, and she was like, look, you might not know it, but like we know you from social media and we huge fans. Whoop, my friend feels some type of way that you didn't acknowledge us. And for me, for me, like, it was weird. Like it was weird. It was a weird situation. And she told me some shit that I still use to this day. And she was just like, even if you, with your platform now, even if you don't know somebody, it's probably in your best interest to show them love or act like you know them. Because you never know who, you know what I'm saying? And so now I might be walking, it might be somebody be like, hey, Trell. I'm like, hey, what's up,
homie? Yeah,
hey, I ain't seen you in a minute. I said I've never seen you before in my life.
Yeah, nah, for real. No, but it's crazy.
It's crazy because Man, how I supposed to know you follow me?
Yeah, you never know.
You know
Never know.
Not, but
you're a supporter of mine or something. You don't. Nothing to me.
But in people's head,
you be part of people's lives, man. You be actually part of their everyday life.
In people's head, you think
be mad at him though.
Yeah,
bro. I identify with what he's saying because I've gone through it just in the promotion game and all that. Like,
say the other side, and that ain't right. You know?
It's not right, and when I explain it, so I'm friends with a couple of these people now, or at least associates. I know them by name, and it's usually girls, and it's just like, oh, I thought you were an asshole or whatever when I first met you because you didn't say nothing to me. I'm like, okay, what did I do? Did you say hi to me and I didn't say hi back? No, but I was there. Like, so I don't know you. I don't randomly go up to random people and just be like, hey, even if you're at my party, like if you stare at me long enough, I'll probably walk up to you and say, what's up? Like you did.
Yeah, what's up?
You know what I mean?
We good?
Right, exactly. But
at that point,
you know what I mean?
Danger.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah.
I mean, I ran into situations where people just like break out and speak and you don't know who they are and they know you from other things. Mm-hmm. And some of us, most of us good. But then sometimes, like you said, you might be somebody that's you may have said something controversial. And so you may get somebody who just, the energy ain't feeling right. Yeah, the people staring at you from across the room, you were incarcerated before and the hood you come from, you kind of like, what the fuck is going on for a minute? Right. So I can imagine your first reaction to people. And then when you it's like, I get with Eddie's situation. I mean, you taller than most everybody in the room. So either you strip of the Don or you or you fucking a ball player. You feel me? So at some point in time, people E throw all these parties. We done been to 1 million parties of his, right? So I could imagine the amount of people that ran across him. They'd be like, I know you. And you'd be like, really? I don't, bruh. But, that's why I used to laugh about the name thing. Mm-hmm. If somebody call you with the name you grew up with, Joker might call you something from the hood. Dude might call you something when you was in the Bing. Yeah. You don't know what the situation is, but you know how to turn around. Hey, how you doing? But I feel you though. I can imagine, man, that lifestyle and then all the people you done met that meeting like Pusha and like Shy. Did that automatically open the doors to people who were willing to pay for your services?
Yeah, I think ultimately, because what happens or what comes with that is that obviously it's a spotlight, and news articles start reaching out like, oh, hey, we want to feature you celebrity trainer. I was like, damn, celebrity trainer? Shit, that sound good. I take it. And so with that, obviously your status rises. My prices triple. I was like, shit, I trade these people. If you want to trade with me, it's my price. And then I still, obviously, I had a price range for my people.
Gotcha.
Couldn't afford it, but still wanted to.
You got young trainers under you? Before you kind of divest a little bit?
Yeah, what happened was I started a fitness company, and just out of that, like my homies coming home from prison, and they like, damn, bro, we saw you on the news. Like, man, we've been hearing all good shit about you. Like, man, is there any way I can get with you? And that happened maybe 10 times, and I was like, damn. So I started the company, hire ex-offenders as fitness.
Yeah, and you do that with your other company too, the vegan
food truck.
The food truck. So tell me about that.
A huge advocate of reform, man. I'm huge. And the reason is I feel like a lot of us are misconstrued, and a lot of the times it's just people don't have this. They don't know where we come from, and so just because I went to jail as a kid. Now you label me as felon or you label me as monster or whatever you want to label me as. And what that does is it ostracizes you. So now people like, oh, you're a felon. You can't vote. You can't live here. You can't go here. You can't do this.
Yeah.
And so I also realized how hard it was for me to get employment, to get my first apartment. I got denied 12 times just based on that. And so a lot of the times they want us to reform or change, but you're not putting money in my pocket. So I can't tell no 25-year-old man, don't go sell drugs if I'm not giving him another option to get money and feed his family, because that's the reality.
No, for sure.
And so it's all right, I probably can't give you $30 an hour, but I can do 18 an hour. It ain't everything, but it's a start.
Yeah,
no question. I used to, I had that same, I did programs, right, when people come home from jail with towing, and I would teach them how to tow and stuff like that. And I remember what was kind of weird. I don't know if you have experienced it, but when I got a good person who was working with me and I spent my time, money, and effort to train them, then they went to another company.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that. And you would have to eat that. Like
Mine was like my right hand man. Like he crashed out like mid. Like we going good. We getting news like media, all type of shit.
Right,
and
right.
I got a call, his mom, like, you about to be mad as shit. And I'm like, oh man. Man, went to jail for a burglary. Like
Damn.
he robbed a bank in Delaware.
What?
So I'm like, yo,
That's
Big
crazy.
burglary.
it hit the news. And
Yeah.
so his name all on my website and everything. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, we at hot water. And you know, obviously that's the risk you take when you put yourself in that position. And so it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a big, like you said, it's a risk, and you know,
Vicious adjustment getting out. Trust me.
yeah, no, for
I mean,
sure.
think
A lot
about
of
it.
people
You got-
crash,
you ain't got a lot of
crash and go
doors
right
open.
back in.
You ain't got a lot of doors open before you go in.
Yeah.
So imagine when you come home, all these doors locked. You got the box on your leg, no passport, no this, no that, no crib, no nothing,
No money.
and no money, and everybody telling you,
That's
hey
the
man,
thing. That be the thing. Like that, I was stressed.
hey, get yourself together.
My
That's what
first
they
2
telling you.
years, I ain't want no sex, no. I didn't care about no. I'm the type of person, like, if I ain't got no bread, my wee ain't even getting hard. So it ain't even nothing for us to talk about. I need some bread. Like, I can't do that with you. Like,
What do you say?
of course, I got
for
myself
real.
out the gate when I first got out.
Yeah,
but after
but that's
that, I'm like,
about it.
man, I'll see you when I get right.
They said
Yeah,
romance with no
together.
finances, a goddamn nuisance.
Yeah, like, I'm good. I can't do nothing.
Now, I was gonna ask you about that. How it was when you first came home in those first couple of years or months after being locked up for that long of a time, as like a teenager, adolescent, with your hormones going crazy. I'm sure. Like
for sure.
you came out, you were like 23 or 24 when you got home.
24.
24. All right. Like how was it when you how did you even? I mean, you said it a little bit with the financial situation, but just staying focused. Because I know I probably would have been going crazy. I would have had a 6-month run just out here. Yeah, I had to get it out.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I went through this program right before my release, and it just taught me so much. It just helped me prepare for society. And like an example is like we had to every day. It was annoying, but I had to do it, and I got 9 months off of my sentence for completing it. But you do these like exercises where you write 3 different scenarios in which you return to society, and say, for instance, I get out, one of my homies see me walking and be like, hey, like, I can take you where you need to go, but I know he's selling drugs. Do you get in the car or do you keep walking? Like shit like that.
Yeah.
And so what that does is it prepared me. So when those situations did happen, I'm just like, it's like I know the outcome of this shit. And so you guys stay focused. And what's weird about that shit is I lost so many homies behind that shit. And I'm cool with that now because it's like, nigga, if you, excuse my language, but if you can't rock with me or like if you can't respect what I got going on,
Right.
you aren't my friend in the first place.
Nah, for sure.
But yeah, it's like, oh, you Hollywood. Oh yeah, prisons change you. Are you scared now? Or like I said, like I take all of that.
Yeah. Well,
I got a
'cause
question. I got a question for you. When did it become I'm not talking about physically doing something. I mean, when did you realize that this shit was a business, not just working out? Is one thing, is for state of mind, right? It's nothing like the body, the temple. But I'm talking about, when did you realize, once you got your first people and you start doing stuff like that, you realize it was a business? Not that it was a road to make money with it, because you heard that shit before you came out.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I'm talking about when you actually realize you got to take care of your financing. You need to make sure you get your taxes done. You need to get your shit in order. You need to have a certain billing system. You need to know what you spend on your equipment, what you're writing off, all that. When did it become a business to you?
I think legit registered in like 2017, like is when I went and got my LLC and did all of that. But even then it was just like still work. I felt like I just had to do that.
Right.
But again, hanging around who I was hanging around and seeing how these dudes moving, and I'm like, it's real money out here. Like I remember Pusha T told me one time, because I'm a real nigga. Like if we go out to eat, You know what I'm saying? You might got this one. I got the next one. I don't care who you is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we out to eat after our workout. And I was like, yeah, I got it. He said, he looked at me. he said, Trell, I got money older than you.
Just sit tight. Just sit tight.
Man, just like be good. And that shit, like, it humbled me. I was crying, laughing, but I was like, he's serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it put into perspective, like, man, it's people with real money out there.
But he probably appreciated that, though. At least if you went in your pocket and, you know, not just sat there like, yo, you got this.
I ain't like that. I ain't never been that type. Yeah, so I guess just being around those dudes and just seeing how they operated and shit, it just turned me up more. And so that I saw that they said, like, your income is that of the 5 or 6 people closest to you.
There you go. Question.
So how'd you flip the training into now you're doing, like you said, a lot of social media influencing? So whether brands come to you and ask you to, you know, rep their stuff for skincare, men's care, health care.
So I think the first like real break on that, obviously TikTok came out, and I don't know what year. I started TikTok maybe a year ago. Mm-hmm. And somebody was like, man, yeah, if you're going to be doing like your training, you probably should get on TikTok. And look at him like, man, I'm not no dancing type of nigga. Like, I ain't about to no dancing app. Like, what I'm supposed to do with that? And so somebody sent me a video, right? And the video changed my life, because when I see something, I just look at it from all perspectives. I don't just look at it from my lens. And so they sent the video, and it was a white dude on his phone, bald head. He like, all right, tell me your wife is black without telling me. So I'm like, oh, you about to do some racist shit? Like, what's up? What they got me watching on here? And so he went to his kitchen and opened the cabinet, and it was like all seasonings that black people use. I was like, oh, that's funny as shit. And then he went to the bathroom and showed like her hair care products and shit. Like, oh, shit.
That's dope.
Then I looked, video got 10 million views. I'm like, young, there's no way. Like, I could do this. And so I sat for like 3 days, and I was like, damn, how could I take a page from this book and make my own? And I was like, tell me you've been in prison without telling me. And so I did 4 like tips that I used to do in prison that I still do in society.
Man, you got to tell me. What were they?
And that shit, I don't even remember the J like
was
a year old.
She was in the shower with you?
Like making your bed every day. I saw that one before,
morning walk. And then my cellie was Muslim. And so this dude, he been in that cell fucking 14 years. Mm-hmm. I don't care how tough you is, respect is universal. And so I remember when I went in there, you know, I stood up, I peed, whoop. I ain't thinking nothing of it. It was my first time like in jail and shit. And so he let me finish rocking out. And he was like, hey, youngin. He was like, hey, like, Muslim. And respectfully, we kneel to pray so that we're not splashing everywhere. In my head, I'm like, oh, this nigga think he talking to me. Like, I'm a PI, what PI? Like, and then I just thought about it. I was like, damn, he been in here 14 years. Like, I would hate for somebody to come in my house and
disrespect.
Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? You're right. You know what I'm saying? And so that was one of my tips is like, sometimes, I don't do it often, but sometimes like in the morning, I'll kneel to like pee. And so I think people was like, oh shit, like they was intrigued with it. And so from that, I just started getting a lot of requests like, oh, like, what else did you learn in prison? I was like, shit, 5 grooming hacks I learned in prison. My first time flossing was in prison. Like, as a man, my dad ain't teach me how to floss. A grown-ass man in prison taught me how to floss. And so I just started doing those type of videos, and that shit just...
Man, that's cool as shit.
I think I hit 1.6 million followers on TikTok in like a year, less than a year.
That's crazy. That's amazing.
Yeah. No question.
And a little bit over 300,000 on YouTube.
So how you feel that the TikTok might be coming to an end?
For me,
I mean, are you already on other platforms waiting for that?
So I'm on all the platforms, and so for me, I like my mindset, I'm a hustler. I don't care what happened, I'm gonna get my bread. That's just what it is. Like, I don't care who in office, I don't care what platform you take down, you gotta stop and get my bread.
Yeah, no question.
And that's just how I look at shit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody be sending me like, oh, what you gonna do now? I don't give a fuck. This shit ain't gonna stop.
Yeah.
I might miss the little bread, but this is gonna come back. But something else coming. Believe that. If TikTok go away, something else coming.
Something else gonna come, or they're just gonna go to IG or wherever where someone's gonna copy. I mean, Instagram already did it anyway.
I don't follow them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
And the hardest
brand, he's his brand.
The hardest one to break was the YouTube, and now I've cracked that motherfucker, so we good now.
Yeah.
I got my first check from YouTube, had like, I want to say 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
That
That's what's up.
motherfucker loved me.
Felt more. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what we're trying to get to.
I never seen a check like that. I said, oh shit.
Wow. That's amazing.
Hey, look, and so my homies, they be cracking jokes about this shit because they like, yo, you funny as shit for doing this shit. Man, we laughing at this check. I'm like, oh shit.
Who knew?
He said, damn, you a YouTuber now. I said, I take it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
YouTubers are the new celebrities.
Really
You know what I mean? They
Even
have as much, if not more, followers.
Even with the YouTube, I literally went from, I think I was at 456 subscribers. That was 2 months ago. And now I'm at like 360,000.
Damn,
So that
that's
shit
crazy.
happened fast.
Pop right on.
It's just like snowball effect.
Yeah.
And especially if you putting out, and I always tell
You
this,
put a lot of content out.
I'm gonna tell you, like I tell this to all the like people who like, oh damn, how do I create content? I don't care what you do, what you got, how you look. Exactly. It's just like it's content, and it has to be quality content. It gotta be genuine quality content. That's it. That ain't no.
How often you put stuff out?
Maybe like 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm pretty active on that drink.
Okay.
But shit, they paying me to do that shit. Like ain't like.
Does it feel like work?
Man, that shit too easy. Like this shit. I feel like a celebrity.
Hey, he
I
still
feel like
laughing
I
about
don't
the
do
check.
shit.
He still laughing about the check. He like, man, I'm trying to tell you, they gave me free money, man. I mean, my face on the money, man.
Yeah, like I looked at that motherfucker. I said, damn, if I could keep this up for a year, 2, 3 years, I'm gonna be set. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Your numbers is only gonna keep going up.
So I knew so TikTok, and I don't mind disclosing this shit because I want people to know this shit, like this shit out here. But I want to say TikTok alone, probably like 7 to 10K a month. And that's just from views and shit like that. You might get I got like White Claw and like different brands who might say, hey, we got $5,000, we need 3 videos. That would get done tonight. All 3 of them would get done tonight. For that, you know what I'm saying? But you get 3, 4 brands paying you that, you easily at $10,000 a month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then everybody was like, man, YouTube. I saw this video. This lady was like, yeah, I'm pulling in $70,000 a month from just YouTube videos. I said, what? That's insane. Like, that's insane money. She wasn't lying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Once you get those eyes, like that's the most valuable thing. That's why people don't even like when you like music, they just go on YouTube. They're their own record label, right? You put that shit out there, and the right person sees it, and more people, and it blows up. Yeah. That's why NBA YoungBoy he's making crazy. I mean, it's crazy. He's gotta be worth at least like 50-60 million at this point. Never got anything played on the radio, not one day.
He don't do shows or nothing.
Nothing. He just put shit out and boom, it's done.
YouTube?
That's how he came up, like just streaming, and people gravitated towards his music, and then he's where he is now. He is the biggest artist out right now.
Yeah,
he's the biggest artist. He's bigger than Drake. When you come to numbers and spins and how much people are listening to his music, he's the biggest artist out there right now. And me personally, I cannot name one NBA YoungBoy song. Me personally. But that's not my lane. But the young niggas and Poly Trell, y'all bumping that shit in the bands and all that.
Shout out to YoungBoy, man, because he just came out, man, on a mature tip. Said something about, realizing what his music doing too.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, that's real shit.
That's dope that he acknowledged that. But, he young. And like, Trell said about his brother, 20 years old, a kid.
Yeah, you don't really...
He getting all that money at that age. So,
You said little brother jumped the boogie, ran to LA and made it happen, huh?
Yeah.
What advice have you given to your brother being out there by himself in LA, especially being from here? Like, that's different.
Or was he really by himself?
I mean, he with the label people. Like, he's staying at their crib, and his shit is insane. Like, some shit. Yeah, like,
secure,
he,
for sure.
He said, bro, like, he said, I do not want to come home. I'm looking at his story every day, man. He got 80-inch screen TVs. He got his feet kicked up in like big shit. I was just like, man, this shit's crazy. And so I think just the advice I always give them is just, trust your gut. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell them how important, like, just being genuine and showing respect. That shit gonna take you further than anything in the world. And he ain't grow up like I did. And so sometimes I do fear for him being manipulated or somebody fake trying, try him, or I don't know. I just, as a big brother, you just naturally. You know
do he run stuff past you before he make plays, or he?
Yeah, nah, for sure. He always, especially if it's like a huge decision, even like signing his deal. Like, it's just like, man, bro, we about to sit down for 2 hours and literally go over all this shit. Hire lawyers to go over this.
There you go.
And so, but be honest, he's sharp. Like, he a smart kid. So like a lot of shit I don't even have to tell him. It's just like instinctive. I don't know, like street, like smarts, like book smart, but like street smarts could take you places as well. Just making connections and just being solid, be a man of your word wherever you go.
Right.
So, but he doing his thing, man. Yeah, he's doing his thing, man. Yeah, and then my mom, she always like, did you talk to your brother? Please call your brother. I'm scared. He in LA. Like, what's going on in LA?
Crazy because he's the baby, right?
I'm like, man, he good, man. And then he with the people that he with, I'm just like,
how many of y'all is it? Just 2?
Yeah, just me and him.
That's right. Yeah. My man said just me and him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the crazy part about that, I'm gonna be honest, man, is like me and my little brother never really had a connection because
the distance between us.
He's 10 years younger than me.
Right.
And by the time he was even 5 or 6 years old, I'm already deep in the streets. So I'm barely seeing. I see him when I come home, or he done stole my snacks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm ripping and running. I'm in and out of jail. So we never really had a relationship. And so even when I came home from prison, like, I sad to admit this, but our relationship was like weird. It's like I didn't know him. He didn't know me. And this my little brother. He lived with me my entire life. But from 14, 15, I was always in and out of jail. 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 4 months. And so this time, being away 5, 6 years, is like we ain't really know each other. And so a lot of that was us just building that like connection. Like, damn. So it's weird. Like, he might be like, yeah, Trell, my brother. They be like, ain't your brother. Like, he like, this is my brother. They like, how is your brother? We like, think we got the same mother. And so
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's your next venture, man? What you ready to roll up in?
I'm gonna be honest. I think I've been I'm really intrigued by this. Like, what I want to do is I want to tour. So initially or soon I want to drop a book, and it's basically a book on like just like how to be a man, teaching young men how to do simple shit. And I'm realizing my content blew up because this information ain't out there. And it's just like, all right, like I said, like 5 things to do to prepare for a woman to come over your house. Make sure it's clean. Take out the trash. Like, it's just small shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they like, damn, bro, like, hey, I used 3 of your tips, man. I got this girl. Like, it's like, it's to me, I'm like, yeah, that's right. Y'all be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing.
Yeah, you rooting for him.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's necessary because, like, where certain people are from, you know what I mean, and certain backgrounds, like your background, like that's not something that, like, you were in the streets, you were trying to get money, you weren't even thinking about how do I treat women, how to get ready for a date
and shit like that.
You were just like, all right, if I gotta keep this shit on for the next 3 days and get this money, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, now they got me on there doing facial routines and shit over there.
Not the facial Jones.
He stay on his facial shit.
Moisturizing and all that.
I be wanting to call him, be like, ask you what lotion to get and what.
I gotta watch it, Joe. Now you gonna have me watch it.
I think one of them joints hit 40 million views. I said, damn.
Good.
Oh yeah. That's all right.
Time of the day, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he come on the jump with the jack. He flies Pan Am anyway. You know what I'm saying? He come on the jump, flies Pan Am. He only give a fuck.
And he'll come on there with his fits on and everything.
No question.
I think with that comes responsibility. And so now I always, if you check any comment, it's like, damn, when the book coming out, when the book coming out, when the book coming out. And so, I think that's something I should tap into.
For sure.
And just write like a short guide. Step 1, mental health. Make sure you right with yourself. Step 2, be healthy. Go to the gym, eat right. Step 3, like whatever that is, like, and just do like a step-by-step like guide for a young man. So if he say like, damn, I got a date tonight, what should I do? He can go to chapter 6, like, you know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I think with that, I would just want to just like maybe go on tour.
Yeah.
Just, like,
I think some of the vitriol to be happening between parents and their kids, right? It's what you teaching now. It's things that, like, I know a girl, right? I used to ask her, hey, why you so bitter with your mom? You know, every time I see her with her mother, she always got something slick to say or nasty mouth about it. And I didn't grow up like that. Yeah. See, my mom, she was strung out for a while and all kinds of good and bad things happened in our life, but I never seen disrespect because of my age group. And you know what she told me? She said, I remember getting on the bus, me and my sister, and we, and the bus driver felt pity on us and used to braid our hair. I remember when I first got my period, she told me, she said she had did something stupid with a feminine product, like stuffed the tampon in it with the paper and stuff still on it, and it caused her to go in shock. And she said, I held it against my mother because she didn't teach me how to be a woman. Sure. And so to have a guy joint teaching us, well, not teaching me, but to teach young men how to be young men is something I constantly, I got kids, I got grandkids, bro. So,
Because it's enough. I got a Draco, I got like, all right.
Enough of that bullshit.
Going straight to jail.
Yeah, I need to, my nephew, he's 14, and I'm talking about, he be smelling like Earth, Wind, and Fire. I have no idea how something like it. And I say to myself, I remember when I was young, you know what I'm saying? We don't think about like, your hygiene, taking care of your feet, you know what I'm saying? Making sure your hands right, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we don't really dig into these things until we find out the hard way. Somebody tell you ain't smelling right. Yeah. Or somebody tell you ain't, your fit fucked up or your shoes banged up or some shit like that. And we laugh because it's like past tense. But to them youngers, that shit hit hard as a ton of bricks. When your breath ain't smelling good and your teeth all fucked up, but I mean, man, you got me. I mean, just to be able to tell my grandson, hey, man, hey, watch Trell right now. He gonna tell you how to goddamn because I can't tell you shit. You ain't listening to me. So maybe somebody closer to young and fly. Right. You listen to him.
You gotta think too at that age, man, 14, 15, man. You really like, man, I'm trying to get women. Yeah. And so those always hit when I say how to be more attractive.
Sure.
It's like, oh shit, this motherfucker here 5. Here's why.
From a 6.
For real.
All of a sudden, you see the views going.
And it's like, damn. Oh, that's all I gotta do. I should get a haircut. Oh, what type of haircut should I get? Like,
it was.
I shouldn't use Axe. I should use actual cologne. Yeah. Like shit like that. Like tongue spray.
Bro, if I was younger, teens, 20s, whatever, like I would definitely be watching your videos and taking notes because I mean I was lucky. Like in my house, like my mom always used to have her, like her feminine skincare products, and she would make me use it if she see a pimple on my face. Yeah. So then I got used to like doing certain things, like taking care of myself, because my mom kind of taught me that along the way. Not even on purpose, because she was like, "What's on your face? Go use this in my bathroom." So I just learned from that. But none of my friends were doing that shit. I'd be like, "Yo, you don't use Clinique soap?" They're like, "What is that?" Or scrub your face before you go to sleep sometimes. Like, they had no clue.
You ever see how angry people who don't take care of themselves get mad when they see you doing it? I done had women, and they be in your spot, they keep their cars nasty, inside and out. And then when you come to their spot, you be like, look, like, this ain't working for me.
That's automatic.
Say it again.
Deal breaker. Hygiene, deal breaker. As a woman, if I'm as a man, come on, baby. I can't do it. Nothing. A slight smell. I'm out. Hey, man, it was a pleasure.
Look, he like, man, look, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah, this ain't gonna work, man.
Yeah, man. I had a girl, I was stuck in the rain, man. It was downtown. I ain't gonna put you out there, miss. I'm fucking where we come out of the spot, man, and we about to go. I'm not lying. It's pouring down, thunderstorm, and she won't let me in her car. I need her to run me the 2 blocks from my joint in the street, and she locked the door. Damn. And I was like, "Shorty, are you serious?" She was like, she looking at me through them tinted windows. She said, "You ain't getting in." I said, "Man, just run me up the street." Man, listen.
Wow.
And listen, she had an Audi joint, and I don't mean no bullshit joint.
What she was funky?
No, it wasn't me, motherfucker.
No, her car was fucked up.
Her car looked like the motherfucker. It was a Batmobile. It was rough. And so I didn't know nothing. I come out the joint. It's pouring down rain. I try to hop in the joint with her. She go,
nope.
Blick up the joint. And so at first I'm thinking, I'm tripping like Big Shoes. What the fuck going on? I said, Shawty, might just run the street. My whip like a block and a half up the street. She was like this. I can't. And she meant it. I said,
crazy.
And later on I told her, I said, even though we wasn't in a relationship, we just happened to be at the same spot. And I come out, you parked out front. You got I don't want to get wet.
Yeah.
And this hooker told me, fuck that shit.
Y'all view the car shit different than females. Like, you don't really take
That's another closet for y'all.
That's not good. No.
It's another closet.
Are you crazy? Listen. Look, Eddie. Eddie said no.
You mean I couldn't get in the guy's car and it be messy?
We really, guys take care of this shit.
No, I've been in a man's car and it's been messy. If I get in a man's car and it's messy.
Not your boyfriend, like you going on a date
Why does it
first
have to
time.
qualify whether he a boyfriend or something?
Nah, because the boyfriend, like y'all might have.
I smoke cigars in my shit. You can hit the lock right now. All you're going to see is the cigar ash. But as far as dirty, I'm going to tell you something. Listen. You've been in the Bing.
Yeah.
It's a real, from what I heard that it's a different lifestyle in there. And that people the dirtiness is not tolerated.
Oh, yeah, your ass.
I'm talking about under no circumstances.
Let me tell you this. If your bed not made, your ass can get 30 days in the hole.
Right. And I'm talking about as far as the inmates too.
If they
like
come
bidding
around,
with somebody who in a cell with you, like you said, the toilet situation, taking a shit while another man in there, all of these type of things, keeping things clean, I'm telling you. People who don't do it, people who don't do it can never, a man who does not handle his business will never understand a man who does. Always remember, that's anything in life. I don't care if it's bills, I don't care if it's serious about your workout, whatever we talking about up here, a man who does not handle his business will never understand a man who does. He will always be a weirdo. He will be strange to you because you don't handle your business.
Absolutely.
And cleanliness is something serious.
Absolutely.
And that's what women, young ladies, listen, trust me, let me in the car if it's raining, man. Don't leave me outside the car. But I never forget that. And I told her, you need to think about that. If your car was that bad, you in an Audi. I'm not talking about a bullshit Joan either. I'm talking about
is it okay to be dirty if it's a fucking Nissan? It's an Altima?
No, listen, I'm telling you. First of all, I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm gonna be honest, right? Cleanliness is serious. Like Eddie is a prime example, right? When it comes to cleanliness. If you watch him, he be doing stuff and neating stuff up in front of you all the time. I know what he doing. I've been in the military and everything, and I'm on that same type of time. And it fucks with me that it's not spoken about enough. To wear deodorant, to wear foot powder, to wear good cologne.
You're getting off the subject.
Hear me out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. These things, I'm not getting off the subject. I'm telling you about being clean and keeping your shit together. I'm tall. When I look down into a woman's head, I can see where her tracks connect. I can see that nasty shit, and I can smell it. So these type of things, she need to work on that, and people need to work on that shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. We can pretend you working broads out. I can imagine. She got her leg kicked back, onion smell like Earth, Wind, and Fire. What the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? You been there, right?
Been there.
Okay, well, I know I ain't tripping.
And that's why I watch my younger man. Like, we connected, to a situation. And once I seen him, man, what he was doing on that TikTok, man, I agree with what he doing.
There you go.
I endorse it. So, that's one of the reasons we connect on that. He be making sure everything together.
Yeah, for sure. You got to, man.
Like, we got some of the same traits.
Teach men how to be men. I like that. I'm definitely gonna be the first book buyer. Don't get it.
So let me ask you this: since you got like the dating tips for the young men and all those things, but on a personal level, what's like the craziest date you've been on since you've been on this journey on this side of things?
The craziest? That's tough.
Well, first of all, I know the lady's gonna want me to ask is you single?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
All right. At Trell the Trainer, 2 L's.
Somebody, I don't know. That you say two crazy ones were staring at you. You may not be single and don't know it. Look.
Yeah, the internet a wild place, man. Let them tell it. I got 20 girlfriends online. Let them tell it. Yeah, but I be telling a lot of people, man, like that shit is work. And I think what sometimes trouble me is that people don't know how to like differentiate the two, like my personal life from my social media life. And I'm quick to tell a young lady, like, like, I'm not perfect. Like, I might have posted a J that seemed like I'm not perfect. Like, I still got flaws and shit. And so, craziest date? I don't know, man. I think if it was crazy, it was on my end. Because, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like I'm having my way, so I just did what I wanted to do. Like, yeah, I mean, not. I'm gonna tell you why it's not hoochie, because maybe it's still hoochie, but I'm very transparent with mine, and I invited 2 young ladies to the same like function, and that's pretty normal,
man. Was
yeah, like, but I let.
He had a big appetite.
I'm not dating even.
He had an appetite.
I'm not
dating either one of them.
And I told her, I was like, hey, I just want you to know I invited such and such as well, like just so you know what I'm saying. And then she kind of got talk to me.
Flag.
She said flag on the play.
I love it. She
Pop a yellow card on you.
No, I'm not.
All right, go ahead.
I don't speak for all women. Okay. I'm only one. Okay. So you invited 2 women to the same place. Mm-hmm. Now, was this an event and there were multiple people there?
No,
was this just a dinner spot?
So me and my 3 homies was like, shit, let's hit the town tonight. Like, let's go hit a little bar and shit. I don't do really clubs and shit no more. So you can catch me at like a little alias bar. And so me and my 3 homies, with the homies, like, shit, I'm about to call some drinks. Like, we can kick it. Mind you, that's the thing. Even one of them is not my peoples. We cool, we talk. Maybe she like me, maybe she like me. But that's on you. Like, I'm bringing you around for the homies. And so when I tell my homies, like, if I bring her around, shoot your shot, bro, because she's not my, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's my sister.
So she was still up for optional grabs for any of people that were around.
My homies, for sure.
So were you even interested in these 2 ladies?
I mean, so for me, I'm huge on energy. So I need to be around you a few times to even see if I like you or not. Like, maybe I'm attracted to you, but that don't mean I like you.
So was that a test?
I don't test. It's not a test. It's just like, I'm a huge believer in giving people space to be who they are. I ain't expecting nothing. I have no expectations of this young lady. Nothing. So come around, let's hang out. Let's just feel the vibe, the energy.
How did it work out, Joe?
Oh, shit.
I don't think it worked out well.
Shit, one came back to the crib, the other one had attitude.
Okay, all right. Well, it sound like it halfway got accomplished.
One came back to the crib, one had attitude.
I mean, it's dating.
I'm not saying anything was wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're single, you're single. And it's been plenty of times I've been out and I didn't necessarily invite you, but if I say if 3 different people ask me, oh, where you at tonight? And I tell you where I'm at, and you pull up and you pop up.
At your own risk.
Yeah.
You're at your own. So I'm not saying that, I'm against what you chose to do. Recently. I just feel like it's almost a test when you say like, the homies can shoot their shot too, because then I feel like, are you trying to see if I'm loyal?
No, not even, because you don't belong to me.
Nothing to be loyal to yet.
Because you might get there and I might be like, man, damn. Like, I might be all over. I might be like, man,
she was super cool.
Yeah, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I've been in situations. Time out. I've been in situations, me and my homie, he bagged up. He bagged up and you gonna know it. He got his watch. He gonna tell you I'm gonna buy you whatever you want. Like, I don't even pay for shit when I'm with him. I brung a shorty around. 3 days later, this nigga in LA, he FaceTimed me. He with the shorty.
Wow.
I said, oh shit. But
you ain't put no bid on it. You was like, look, she for anybody want to go.
So that's just, it is what it is. Like, I ain't feel no type of way. It is what it is. Rock out. Guess what? She come back to DC, she with me. We cool. That's it.
Okay, we're just free spirits.
Yeah, to you.
Jane, you don't think that's fair, Jane?
What? Oh, you know I definitely think it's fair. But people get...
Everything fair and warm fuckery. It's all good.
Yeah, and I think, too...
It's just to each his own. And it's different. It's about respect level.
And transparency.
I just, very... People don't know how to be transparent.
Well, see, a lot of times I know women, not all women, but some women, when you tell them you ain't interested in a relationship, they don't really believe us. They think that
they can change you.
There you go.
Change your vibe.
That's it. That's the end of that right there. You grabbed it right there. That's it. And the problem is when people tell you something about themselves, believe it. If I tell you, hey, look, you know what? I like being single. Look, and we went out 10 times in a row. In your eyes, you bound to to your mother, and this might be a not good play. I mean, you know. I mean, you know, I didn't,
I've been on trips with people and some more, and they ain't never met my mama.
I'm just trying to say, I'm saying in general, right? People, you can tell people honestly, you still meeting their representative.
Yeah, and then you be the bad guy.
And you are the bad guy. I can imagine. Oh, yeah, no question.
But I've learned to be okay with
I'm probably going to get some his. Why you was on there with him?
Somebody's story.
Why you was on there with him?
Story? No, you're
going
right.
to be the villain in somebody's story.
He's wearing the black hat. He's wearing the black hat.
I feel like you got too excited about saying I'm okay with being
I just got so
level of excitement.
I just got so comfortable with being like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no question.
And I'm sure with you.
You know what you.
Yeah, and I'm sure with you, like with everything that you got going on right now, with all these followers and all these eyes on you all the time.
My
like,
shorty's coming out of nowhere. Like, oh, you remember?
Yeah.
Man, if you don't get off my face.
I don't know you, man.
Yeah, and then I had a drink hit me maybe like a week ago. It was like, oh, yeah, you a fraud. Like, you ain't about this. You don't do this. I said, baby, time out. Check this. Nothing fraud about me, first of all. Secondly,
what was she even talking about?
Secondly, we dated 3 years ago. If you think I'm the same fucking person from 3 years ago, like, I elevated. How you think I am where I am? And why you still right here in my DM? You seeing this shit. This shit hurting your heart.
Let him know.
This shit hurting your heart.
There you go. Walk your walk. Walk your walk.
Like,
Talk your talk.
I'm not the same person I was at 25 or 26 just getting out of jail, baby. I'm just not that man.
So she was supposed to wait around for the YouTube channel?
Absolutely not. She made her move, and she's supposed to.
But she's counting, she's banking on the stuff they went through in y'all relationship for the short time it was, as if you still the same guy.
And I'm
people are crazy like that,
firm believer in like, if it happened in the past, I've never gotten back with an ex. And I just believe it had its time.
You ain't got no reverse in your car? No reverse?
It's none.
Not spinning that block, huh? Not spinning that block.
I'm just a firm believer in that shit happened and it's time for what it's supposed to happen for. And it's time.
Right.
And I'm gone.
And I mean, and sometimes it's not supposed to be at that time. And y'all might flow
and
later
maybe it
on.
was me. My two relationships was me, for sure.
I like that.
Absolutely. I take full responsibility. I was unhealed. I came out from traumas from a childhood, prison traumas, all of that shit, and I didn't know how to express myself. I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to open doors, cars, and all. I didn't know how to be honest. I didn't know how to tell her, like, shit, I just did 6 years. I want to hump other women. I didn't know how to say that. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to learn. I had to learn straight up. And so now I am the most transparent I've ever been. Like, transparent, honest. And it was like, if this situation works for you, it works. If not, it's fine. It's still no love lost.
There you go.
And you can still come and hang out with me. Like, whatever you are, as you could.
7 other females.
Whoever there. It ain't even about, I think, see, I'm going to tell you this, what I've learned in this whole journey is that women process only that component of it. So when I tell women, hold on, right quick, Dane, right quick.
I'm devil's advocate.
Right quick.
I completely agree with the way you want to live your life, right? Completely. I'm with the bullshit. But I just know that a lot of females, they can't take that.
No, for sure.
I'm for that. But I have to play devil's advocate in this moment. I can't be like, yes, girl, you better see who's going to win.
Yeah, no, and that's not even the case, but...
It is, in that sense. When you have more than a couple of females come around, it's kind of like, yeah, we're vibing, we're having a good time. You know, it is what it is. So you can.
I just like to create a vibe. I want everybody around to have a good time.
That's right.
There's no expectation. Like,
that's right.
Yeah, I want to see how you respond to my friends. I want to see how my friends respond to you. I want to see how other women respond to you. How you respond to other women.
That's
like,
right.
If you sitting in a corner and you think you too prissy, I'm good on you.
Yeah.
Over here all night.
Yeah.
That might be the one, man. I like your energy.
Yeah.
You can fill them out for
sure.
It's different methods.
For sure. Or she might like him. You never know.
That's
but
what I'm talking
back
about.
to the point I was saying is that, like, I've learned in this whole, because I've been single for like 2 years now. And when I tell women like where I am, I always, why you single? If you Mr. Date expert, all of this, why you so single? And I was like, I choose to be single. And I think society made it seem like the only way to be happy is if you're in a relationship. And I was like, nah, I'm happy with myself right now.
Yeah.
And they might say like, well, wow, what? And I'm just like, I'm dating myself right now. And I've never been in this position financially, emotionally, mentally where I am right now. I never had this opportunity to be here. And I think their first thought is like, oh, you just want to fuck bitches. It's like, bro,
absolutely.
Hold on.
Their first thought.
On the grand scale of things, that's probably like 7th on the list. My health is my priority.
Yeah.
That's my number 1 priority. My passion and purpose is my 2nd priority. Because without those 2, I can't do shit for you. If I ain't in my purpose, if I ain't healthy, there's nothing I can do for you. And it's hard for a woman to accept. Like, maybe you might be third option in my life. It's hard.
You got any kids?
You tell a woman that, it's gonna be a hell nah.
No kids. He said hell nah.
Not yet. Boy, I done done.
See, that's it. Take your time, man. See the world, man. I already know. Look, they like the gun loaded. Look, shoot him in the head. The gun loaded, shoot her in the head.
And this is why we're not sponsored yet.
Hey, my man. That's my man. He tell you the truth, though, man. He tell you the gun loaded, just shoot her in the head. Don't put it nowhere else.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Man, it's definitely been a pleasure talking to you, man. I'm going. See now. You gave me a direction to scoop the grandkids. I'm be like this, hey, man, watch Trell. He doing his thing, man. You hear me? Because I already realized, man, that we got so many limited spaces to go to when we need certain information. And just to be able to have something like, people used to be so upset with Kevin Samuels. And I used to laugh because I said, man, damn, man, dude hitting on a lot of cylinders. His delivery may not have been the way a particular person wants something delivered to them. But no, I'm going to tell you something about delivery, right? A lot of people, like, they legends in their own minds or backyard Bigfoots. So you think you like that in your own mind, that's fine. Because if you don't think you like that, nobody else will. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell somebody, you know, hey, this is the truth. This is the way you should. And this is the way you might want to approach this. Women hate it. They want advice. Women want advice, but then once
this is the end of the show. No. Thank you for coming.
They want advice, but they don't want to take it the way you want to give it to them. You could have said that nicer. Well, goddamn, sweetheart, I told you what the fuck was on my mind.
Yeah, because you could tell a woman can go online all day and be like, yeah, he got to make this. He got to be 6'2". He got to be chocolate, and he got to have a beard.
You said that shit. I said this shit, yeah.
You better not be fat. You better be in shape. It's like,
shaming.
You body shaming.
Yeah, nah, for real.
Oh my God. Hey, bro, you tell the truth, man.
I've been there. Like with that,
they got a list, man.
With that platform comes a lot of responsibility. I've never had so many hate messages in my life at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like a blessing.
You got to filter through all that shit.
You got to tread lightly, man. Like whatever you say or do is now being watched.
Right. They said
they see me take a shot. Yeah. They see me take a shot of tequila. They like, oh, you said you only drink wine. I said, no, I don't drink as much. But it's like anything you do. I went to Colombia. I'm on a boat. It's 5 dudes.
Was it Medellin?
I was in Cartagena.
Oh, Cartagena. So, Cartagena, sweet, yeah.
Obviously, it's a guy's trip. We're gonna have some females on the boat. Right. They wasn't doing shit. The women was obviously in bathing suits. We on a yacht. They in bathing suits and they dancing. It's not even no crazy dancing. It's like, oh, sexy dancer. They dogged me.
What? About what?
I can't believe you got girls.
What?
How dare you? How dare you have bras on a boat with bikinis?
They killed me.
I don't know if I can handle that.
They killed me.
You should just turn your comments off from now on.
It don't even be just the comments. If people walk up on you.
People crazy though like that.
You can walk up on me.
Like you said, they think y'all in a relationship. They think you should be doing exactly everything you say. Even people that watch this show with us, they talk to me later, man, Rob, I thought you were really going to let loose on him. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Nah, the way me and you talk, I said, well, that's how me and you was talking. What the hell are you talking about now? But people feel like that you're some ways not being yourself or being real because you wasn't saying or you did something slightly different. If I said I put my left shoe on before my right and you ready to crucify me about that, you need help. You need some real motherfucking help.
Yeah. People place their traumas on you.
There you go.
Through their lens. And that's a huge.
Yeah. And this is one part of whatever they're seeing online. That's one or two parts of your life, maybe. They're not going to see everything. They don't know how you are with your boys or with your girl or with your mother or anything like that. There's different sides of everybody. And when I'm on vacation in motherfucking Colombia with my niggas, we're going to have some bitches on the goddamn boat. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, ain't nothing going on.
That's it. Like, you're better than me because I'll be cursing everybody out on my comments. Every single one. I'll be Kevin Durant on that bitch. Everybody getting the answer.
I lost 2,000 followers.
What?
For sure.
Are you serious?
I lost 2,000.
Oh my God.
God damn.
And I was like, damn, what y'all wanted me to be doing? Skincare?
Nah, you know what it was? I'm going to tell you what it was. I'm going to tell you what it was. You broke 2,000 girls' hearts because they thought you were going to be there for them. And then they saw you with these girls on this yacht. They're like, he's just another nigga.
That's it. It's my birthday trip, bro. That's it. I post this shit once a year. I feed y'all all year. One time.
You gonna post it this
it's
year?
Like you tell a nigga no one time. He go talk crazy about you. I done gave you $1,000.
Where they license?
The chicks, they Hispanic.
That's another reason why.
Excuse me, they Latina.
That's another reason why. You know, the black girls don't like that.
Oh, yeah.
What?
They said none of them are black. I said, baby, I am in Cartagena.
Yeah.
I don't know if you...
That's right.
We're not talking about rational black women like yourself.
No question.
I'm not in Miami, baby.
Understanding demographics.
Hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn it, you need to have darker women there. I mean, people, but you know what's crazy though, is that like you said, they done built a whole narrative up of who you are. And you tear that down brick by brick. If you do certain stuff, like you say, you lost 2,000 followers because you had people at your birthday shit.
If I show y'all the video, you gonna say, it's nothing.
It was PG-13 like a mother.
A 12-year-old can see this and be like, yeah, fun. Like, it was nothing crazy. Like,
yeah, but it is what it is. It was nice.
I could have posted some whole other shit.
No bullshit.
The real Cartagena.
You know what I'm saying? I could have goddamn lost 10,000 followers. You motherfucker, you ain't seen nothing yet.
If we would have posted that, probably gained.
No question.
Maybe.
Yes, bro.
Maybe. But shit, man, we appreciate you being here, man.
No question, man.
Yeah, as soon as I asked you, you were like, yeah, definitely. That I know you were in the middle of, you were about to go out the country.
Yeah, you called me Tuesday at like 7, like, man, could you come? Like, shit, I'm packing. I gotta leave it. I'm there next Tuesday. You know, you my dog. This shit,
we appreciate you, man, and definitely good luck in all of the things that you're doing online, offline, just in life. You know what I mean? You had a long journey. It's way more longer to go, but definitely on the right path and a good role model for these young kids out here to just live a healthy, happy life. You know what I mean? Sure. Even after all the bullshit that you went through early on in life. So, you know, kudos to you for that. Congratulations.
No question. And, definitely congratulations, man.
Yeah.
And get your information out there, man.
Where you at?
All platforms. You good?
Yeah, recap everything.
So yeah, you can find me on all platforms at Trell the Trainer. That's TRELL, the Trainer. And then the food truck and restaurant is Glizzy's DC.
Vegan,
plant-based Glizz. Come and get you a Glock after dark.
There you go.
We open in mid-June. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Where you gonna be at? What area?
The new St. Elizabeth campus.
Okay. Man, that's all right, man.
We're going over there, man, back to the community.
Yeah, you know you got to throw something up at Adams Morgan in a couple of years, man. I need you bringing it back up there now because everything can't be fried rice and hookahs.
You have to.
I already know the fit.
All right, Trell the Trainer on all platforms. See my guy. We out of here. Smoking Tingz podcast.
My man. It's a pleasure.
Bing bong.
Every day a new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day a new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Pull up in a big man range, straight to the stage, make a big man play. Trade 5 others, our big man take.